What if your audience decided that your presentation was irrelevant after 15 seconds? Do you know studies show that the average attention span diminishes after 7 seconds, and in the internet world, it diminishes after 3 seconds? So let's just count 1, 2, 3. That's how much time you had to capture attention. And did you know that from a neuroscience perspective, the amygdala, which is the threat detection part of our brain, literally begins to start to tune out and filter out any information that it thinks is boring, dull, or drab. So your boring, dull, drab presentation is you're literally doing brain surgery on your audience in the worst way by getting your whole audience to tune out if you don't grab attention immediately in your presentations. Does that make sense? So I want to give you 5 powerful strategies you can use right now to immediately grab attention in the beginning of your presentation so you can maintain energy and attention throughout your presentation, close well, sell well, and transform your audience in a powerful way. Are you ready? Tip number 1, let's start with a provocative question or a powerful, bold statement. When I spoke for the $1 Million Roundtable in 2016 for the first time, in my professional career, I've been fortunate enough to speak for the $1 Million Roundtable 4 times. It's one of the hallmarks of my speaking career. And if you get it once in your entire career, you're considered legendary. We've had a chance to do it 4 times, which is gangster. The first time I had a chance to speak for the $1 Million Roundtable, I began my presentation by saying this. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that life gives us one open invitation every day. Now, just that one statement, I believe that life gives us one open invitation every day. What does that automatically do in your brain? It opens up the curiosity loop in the brain. Okay, does that make sense? The very statement begs a question. What is the question that life is asking? Will you be better today than you were yesterday? Will you make the daily decision to better your best? I started my presentation with a strong statement. Okay, a provocative statement. And here's the thing about the way the brain works. Anytime you ask a profoundly powerful question, it starts and activates something called the curiosity circuit in the brain, which increases retention and engagement and the remembering of what it is that we talked about by 80%. You can increase audience retention by 80% simply by asking your audience profoundly powerful questions. And I want you to start your presentation by asking that powerful question. So start your talk with a powerful question or a powerful statement that anchors your presentation and literally activates the curiosity circuit in the brain that makes your audience lean in. You feel me? So important. Number 2, build emotion into your presentation. If you want to grab attention in your presentation, don't just hit people with logic. Don't come on stage hitting people with logic and information, right? That's coming up to the brain. I want you to go to the heart because I fully believe that what comes from the heart reaches the heart. Does that make sense? And even from a biological perspective, when you were in your mother's womb, did you know that the heart develops before the brain? I do this all over planet Earth. I ask humanity in my presentations, I say, point to yourself. Where do we point? When you've been asked by a speaker to point to yourself, how come you never point to your brain? How come you never point to your feet? How come you never point to your booty? Every time humanity is asked to point to self, where do we point? Right here, family. Why? Because I fully believe that who we are at our core is at the heart level. Does that make sense? So build emotion into your presentation because what comes from the heart reaches the heart. So I want you to tell more emotion-driven stories. Share more of the emotional things that have happened in your life. Really let your audience know that, hey, listen, I wasn't born on third base. I've gone through some things to get to where I'm at. I say this all the time in my presentations. Your audience can't celebrate your glory until they understand your story. Don't let them celebrate this massive achievement that you've received recently if they have not understood the milestones it took you to get there. Does that make sense? Because the product without the process is nothing. We have to understand the process so that we can celebrate what the product ultimately is. Does that make sense? So I want you to build more emotion into your presentation. Number 3, use shocking statistics and stories. And here's why. Notice, even in this presentation, I said 70%, 80%, like only 5%. The reason why I use numbers like that is because of the psychology of numbers. But the reason why we want to use shocking statistics and powerful stories and things of that nature is because it literally creates what's called surprise in the brain. Anytime you can surprise someone, it's vitally important that you leverage that superpower because surprise releases dopamine. I'm gonna say that again. Surprise releases dopamine. Whether you surprise a beautiful woman with flowers, dopamine is released. Isn't that powerful? You surprise a guy with nice cologne that he's been wanting, dopamine is released. You use a startling statistic, 92% of you in this room are more than likely not happy in your romantic relationship. Dopamine just got released in the brain. You're doing brain surgery on your audience in real time when you incorporate surprise, whether it's a surprise gesture or whether it's a surprise shocking statistic or a statement or something you do with your wardrobe. I remember one time one of my speaker friends had an oversized outfit on. And then she unzipped the oversized outfit and stepped out of it and was in a beautiful actual like suit, business suit. Looked fantastic. Massive surprise. The audience started clapping, cheering. Why? Dopamine was released in everybody's brain in that one moment. So let's build more shock. Let's build more surprise. Let's build more those unexpected moments that the audience isn't anticipating. Don't we love it when we get on that roller coaster ride and it takes a twist you didn't expect or a turn you didn't expect? Or what about that movie or that show that you watch and it gives you a jump scare or it gives you a thrill or it makes you want to like cuddle with your person that you're watching it with, right? We all love those surprise moments. And every time that happens, dopamine is released in the brain. Does that make sense? So it's vitally important that we understand that. Tip number 4, if we're gonna really grab attention better in our presentations and hold the attention of our audiences the entire time so that way we have them in the palm of our hand and they'll do what it is that we ask them to do, is use visuals. Do you know that visuals are processed in the brain 60,000 times faster than text? I'm gonna say that again. Do you know that visuals or images are processed in the brain 60,000, I didn't say 6 times faster. I didn't say 600 times faster. I didn't say 6,000 times faster. I said 60,000 times faster. Your brain can process an image 60 times faster than it can text. So instead of us getting our audiences to just read something, why don't we give them a visual? Like for example, I just put these shades on, and these shades are a representation of a mindset. Watch where I'm going with this. Every single one of us have lenses on our life, and we look at life through lenses, right? Now these lenses happen to be of more of a blue hue. Does that make sense? So when I put these on, it puts a blue hue on everything. So if you stand in front of me with something white on, and you ask me what color it is, I'm gonna say it's light blue. Why? Because I have tinted lenses on. Why is this so powerful? Because the truth is, before you ask anybody what their thoughts or opinions are about your life, your goals, your dreams, your visions, your aspirations, before you ask anybody your opinion about nothing, ask them what lenses they're looking at your life through. Y'all, that's so good. Come on, fire off in the comments on that one, because every one of us, whether we realize it or not, are looking at life through certain lenses. Watch this. If I've been in 3 failed relationships and you come up to me and you're in an awesome relationship, I'm looking at your relationship through the lens of the failures that I've had. So of course I'm gonna be jaded and cynical about your dating relationship. If I've had 2 failed businesses and I'm struggling in business and you come up to me with a great business plan, if I got these failed business lenses on, I'm gonna look at your business, I don't think your chances are that good. Maybe you should try something else. Why? Because visuals are processed in the brain 60,000 times faster than text. So what am I trying to say to you? Build more visuals into your presentation. If you want help with that, come see me at Crush the Stage. I can't wait to train you personally to take you to the next level. Last tip, this is gonna put money in your pocket. Do me a favor. Preview the points in your presentation in the very beginning of your presentation so that way your audience knows what to expect. The reason why that's important is because expectation also releases dopamine in the brain. Think about the last time you called up Uber Eats or you called up for your favorite pizza and you knew that that pizza was 20, 30 minutes away. All of a sudden you had a little bit of extra excitement, didn't you? You had a little bit of extra spunk, didn't you? Why? Because dopamine got released as soon as expectation. Think about the last vacation you booked. The nanosecond you booked that cruise vacation or that trip, all of a sudden the days leading up to the trip, you got a little bit of different energy, right? Why? You're a little bit more excited. Why? Because expectation releases dopamine in the brain, which is that happy chemical that makes you say, yeah, let's go, let's do this. So whether it's a vacation or a pizza coming to your house or Uber Eats, expectation releases dopamine. So if you want to capture and maintain the attention of your audience better, I triple dog dare you to preview the points in your presentation so your audience knows what to expect and how to be excited about what to expect. And you'll do brain surgery on that audience and you'll take them to the next level. If you're really serious about being an incredible communicator, you've got to be one that grabs attention quickly in your presentation. And I just gave you 5 dope reasons to do it. And I gave you 5 dope ways to do it as well. Like and subscribe. Can't wait to see you in the next video. I'm somewhere around the world believing in you.